Calling the crime an act of evil, police say they now have a suspect in a stabbing that killed a local father and wounded 4 children. And that suspect could face the death penalty, but he's already locked up for another crime. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch is live in Springdale with the latest on the murder indictment. Jeff.
Good evening. You know, Springdale is a safe suburb. You know, they've had homicides here. Those things happen. They've had attempted murders here. But the police chief says they've never had anything quite like this.
I've been here since 1986, and this is the first time I've seen a crime of this, in my opinion, this magnitude.
It happened July 2nd at the Willows of Springdale apartment complex. A man forcing his way into an apartment, stabbing 33-year-old Emilio Rodriguez to death, robbing the place, and also stabbing 4 children, 2-year-old twin girls, a 7-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old boy. They all recovered. Now, 20-year-old Akihiko Clayton has been named in a multiple-count indictment which includes aggravated murder, a potential death penalty case.
This was a very horrible crime. It was very difficult on the officers who had to respond and who had to deal with this incident. And this case became our #1 priority within the city of Springdale.
Clayton is already locked up in northern Kentucky in connection with 2 bank robberies, one in Latonia, one in Cold Spring, both occurring within the weeks following the homicide in Springdale. No specific motives have yet been released in the Springdale case, but that will all come out in court.
I describe this as an act of evil.
You know, it's really interesting because we looked into the background of the suspect, Akihiko Clayton, and we could not find any prior, he's 20 years old, we could not find any priors as an adult in Hamilton County. And across the river in northern Kentucky, you know, nothing other than a couple of minor things, trespassing and a fine. Of course, you know, now within a month, he's charged with murder, he's charged with attempted murder on the 4 children, and he's also connected with these bank robberies, at least in terms of the police. So whatever happened in the last month, we'll find out in court. The other thing that's interesting, too, is that the prosecutor in Hamilton County, their office, says they do not know of any known connection between the suspect here and the person who was killed. So, you know, how they got together, how he ended up in that apartment complex, the suspect, you know, still a lot of questions. Live in Springdale, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News, back to you.
Such a bizarre and horrible story. I mean, I can't wrap my mind, and I'm sure I'm not alone, can't wrap my mind around the idea of someone stabbing little children, 2-year-old twins.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's way beyond horrible. But the other question is, what happened in the last month? I mean, this guy had a very, very minor record as an adult, maybe a juvenile record that we don't know about. But, you know, of course, innocent until proven guilty. That's important to say, too. But, you know, to go from not much to all this allegedly in a month, that's a lot.
It sure is. All right, Jeff,
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, Clayton is still in a northern Kentucky jail cell, and he'll be taken to Hamilton County to face the new charges after an extradition hearing.